it'll turn into a square. Okay? So right apart. Actually, you're going to stay with me for just a moment. You two, go wander. I'll be with you guys.
Go meander, you all.
Yeah. Oh my God. I didn't do it. I forgot. I normally keep a person behind, so I have one little secret with them. I normally have a colored flashlight, and I don't have it with me tonight because I'm using a different bag. And I'm kind of pissed because I forgot it gives off different colored lights.
Okay.
And I normally have that person, like I show them the color. Normally I use the color blue here. But it's not like I don't do this every night. So we'll see if Eliza's hearing us, and if she wants to tell one of them the color blue, then obviously we know that she heard us. Because again, I normally flash that color and say, Eliza, go tell one of the people with the boxes, like what color you just saw. It's not like she doesn't know how to communicate back to us. So that's why I say, like, these are patterns I normally see. So we'll see. Don't tell them anything. But if one of them, or if she gets the word blue on her screen, or if she hears the word blue, we know you and I have had some kind of direct, she heard us.
Okay. So is that flashlight in your car, or like completely at home?
Completely different bag.
Completely different bag. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah,
How much equipment do you have?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
over years.
Well, I have a retired box, if that tells you anything.
Oh.
Like stuff that I either can't use on the streets of Charleston or is irrelevant to use outside. So when I have my own private investigations that I do for other businesses or private properties, I take those things with me, but they're not relevant when we're working outside like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have a lot of equipment. I've tested, and if it doesn't work to bring us at least 1 or 2 things a week where I can measure it, it's worthless to me.
So you don't even...
I don't even bother. I do have a partner in California where we collaborate a lot. So he's helped me out with a couple of things. Where I'm
like deciphering different things?
Oh, both.
Just,
equipment, because he has a different take on equipment. And he has different equipment than I do. But he also has been mimicking a lot of things that I'm doing. He started his own scavenger hunt out there. It's kind of like this, but it's different licensing in California. So to get around that, he created a scavenger hunt instead of a tour.
Oh,
so,
interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. But he's also working with the Omen House out there, which is where the Manson murders took place and stuff like that. So he has his take on the way he does things, but we pick each other's brains quite a bit. We're partners. He's a co-host on the podcast. We're best friends.
Yeah. So you have a podcast then, too.
Oh yeah. That's how this started.
It was with the podcast.
Yeah, I had a real job once. Somebody heard my podcast because I was just writing books about the afterlife. And I was doing some investigating with a psychic up in Myrtle Beach, and he got a hold of me and said, I'm starting a new tour company, I want you to be part of it. And I was like, you guys don't make any money. So I kind of learned what I could from him for the first year, and then here we are, another 6 years later. Yeah. So this is all I do now.
So you just then recently not recent, 6 years though.
As far as the tours go, but I've been investigating for about 15 years now.
What'd you do before then?
I was in higher retail management, so I worked for Walmart, Barnes & Noble, that kind of thing. So
it's cool then that you got to really get into something that you're interested in.
Well, not only that, but I'm combining what my degrees are in. I have 3 degrees.
What's your degrees?
I have an English degree, a journalism degree, and then a master's in creative writing.
Oh, well then
Yeah, so I'm storytelling, writing reports. What do you got?
Can I start telling you stuff so I don't forget? Okay.
Some people use their phones for notes.
Okay. So I got dental.
Okay.
Implants. Injured. I got $150,000. Quarterback.
Okay.
Those are the big ones I can remember.
Okay. So nothing just yet. In the football term.
Am I supposed to be asking out loud?
It's up to you.
Okay.
Remember, I'm here every night. She knows what you're about to ask.
Okay.
So, what do you got?
Just 5.7 again was the highest.
Still another 5.7?
I want a 6.
But that's the highest I got.
What kind of words you got?
Meter, spring, experience, straight, appeal, prisoner, light, Debbie, crowd, context, church. What's your Debbie's or
Debbie go to church? No. That's the kind of stretches, the kind of stuff that I would, unless of course that she was a pastor of the church or something.
Well, her grandpa's a deacon.
Really?
Yeah.
Was that her husband?
Yep.
Yeah. Get the hell out of here. Are you serious? See, now we're on to something. It's very, light. I'm not super.
Debbie and Nick. And we're with
Forehead.
Nick. Oh my gosh.
We're born on the same day.
I would be more impressed if the word deacon showed up.
Oh, I would be too.
I mean, priest would be good, but deacon would be better.
Mhm.
See the definition of how I like to look at things.
Yeah.
So again, I still like the 5.7s. We just
Don't know what it means.
yeah, we need it to go higher. We need to know that we're actually getting communication because her words right now don't mean shit. She's got dental implants and a quarterback. I'm like, what the hell is that supposed to mean?
Look at her walking.
So she's supposed to, yeah. That's what most people do. They just wander.
Oh.
And ghosts don't stand still. So
No, our joke this weekend has been that she's meandering. So it's just kind of funny watching her meander.
it must be humid out here. Like, my beard is normally like poker straight
Really?
until it gets humid and then it turns into this fluffy mess.
My
that I
hair
have.
was straight this morning, if
Yeah.
that tells you anything.
Like I have a separate hot brush just for my beard. Like,
Really?
oh yeah, there's a routine.
Oh. So should I be looking around?
Moving blue areas.
So do you believe in like bad and good spirits?
Are there good and bad people?
Yes.
It's the same difference. There's no demons. There's no. I've never come across any dark entity. It's just a pissed off ghost.
Yeah. I'm just curious, like on your viewpoints and things.
You can ask me. I'm an open book. This is not a taboo place. You know what I mean? Where you can't ask. Most people, all they want to do is tell me their stories. I get that a lot.
Well, I'm
Because-
just curious because you do this all the time. Like, obviously, not like, but like kind of like form a relationship, I'm guessing, kind of with some of
Exactly.
these spirits or ghosts. So I just like,
I could write a
find it
whole book
interesting.
on everything I've learned from this
Yes.
place, from what you guys are doing out there.
and I just think it's all like interesting also because like I don't know about you and we don't have to talk about it, but like we have religious beliefs, so it's just kind of curious like where is that? Is there a line drawn or is that just like what? You know what I mean? Because like our grandpa's a deacon, we grew
Sure.
up in the Catholic Church, so
Sure.
like just like things like that, like curious, like
So let me give you a quick example.
okay,
I was raised in an Orthodox home.
okay,
Orthodox is very strict, just
Mhm.
like Catholicism. We were not allowed to even bring up ghosts, spirit,
Okay.
paranormal, supernatural, anything. I mean, I was interested in this from being a little kid, but I wasn't allowed to talk about it. So the minute I was released into the wild earth that we live on, I just went nuts. I wrote my first book about the afterlife when I was 19 years old.
Wow.
Like, and it was fiction, but I was
Yeah.
still able to research and start getting interested in learning and questioning and this, that, and the other. I don't have a religious belief at this
Yeah.
point in my life.
yeah,
But at the same time, do you think my mom asks about my work? She's damn curious.
yeah,
She's always asking, like, what's going on? Have we talked to anybody cool lately?
Mhm.
I've introduced her to Eliza
Okay.
because there's a lot of books about her. There's even a fiction work about her, and I sent a copy to my mom.
yeah.
Well,
know?
like when we saw that ghost, rather, I pulled up the picture. Like the priest pulled it up and put it on the screen for us to all like examine with him, and he's like, "Oh, like this is a good spirit," and was talking about it, and that was like a Catholic priest. So
Yeah, I don't think it's very strict in Catholicism. It's just like curious because like I think there's a lot of things that aren't spoken about. So it's more like I was just curious like
Well, I'm
how
also-
people are that come if they ever talk about it when they come here.
You guys probably had to dig to find me, right? So I wasn't the first thing you saw. I do that on purpose. I'm in the holy city. If I put too much of a highlight and a spotlight on what I'm doing out here, this can be considered sacrilegious in some beliefs.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been doing this a long enough time now where I don't want that spotlight. I was on the front page of the newspaper for Halloween one year because I had the news team follow me around. I was terrified because I didn't want that type of publicity of what I'm doing out here because I'm not like doing what those guys are doing. I'm not going through the licensing to be a tour guide. I let the ghost tell me the history. In my new spaces, that's because they knocked on my door, not because I went searching for it. I was like, oh, this parking lot looks really cool. You know what I mean? Like she spoke out to me first. So I was just wandering the city with a spirit box and an EMF meter, and I just wait for things. And then I researched, like, does it stick to that location? This one was like the biggest surprise ever because it's a piece of shit. So again, it's
also like
crazy.
nobody parks here.
It's expensive.
Oh, well that will do it.
It's $15 for the first hour, and then it jumps to 4 hours for $45. Yeah, it's a no. Nobody wants to park here. It's ridiculous.
Mm-mm.
Now during the weekends, yeah, there's a lot more cars in here. Obviously here. But yeah, let's do another. Have you heard anything else new?
Well, what I asked earlier, I heard surgery, and then I got 21. And then I just heard Kelsey just now.
You heard what?
Kelsey.
Probably gonna be talking about him a lot.
Crispies.
Taylor's new album just released, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm the Swiftie.
I was thinking Kelsey Anderson. See it?
Oh yeah, that one's crazy.
That's pretty. Talking about back to their window, right?
Yeah. And we were like in a church and everything too, and it almost looks like the head. I should know what that's called.
Like the headpiece.
Yeah, headpiece that they wear.
It's a habit.
Habit. So I don't know. It was something. We were freaking out in the moment. But then like the priest was like, "Did you guys have like a good reaction, or were you scared?" And we were all kind of like excited. We weren't like freaked out by it. So that's kind of what made us feel like it was a good
until you
person.
have communication or like results, like there's no way to tell. Like psychics walking in saying it's a good spirit or a bad spirit, like they're not gonna know.
Yeah.
And most of these psychics and mediums today they're all bogus. Like they're just trying to make a buck on TikTok. Like, sorry,
I
can you
know.
guys tell them on TikTok a lot?
No, us too, if you can't tell.
Well, that's where I get a lot of my advertising.
Oh, well, that's
I do
probably
a
how
lot
it
of,
worked
like,
out.
tricks.
Okay, I'm gonna stop recording. It's I'll go this way.
You're like, this is what I want. Yeah.
I just didn't want it to be.
She doesn't want you to go through more stuff. You have to.
I'm trying to be considerate.
Why?
I mean, I'm going into occupational therapy.
Sorry.
It's starting to bloom.
So, put your nose on that. See if you can tell me what that is. You guys are from the north.
You smell like something?
It's real faint and in the air. I'll smack you in the face with it. Anybody?
No.
Nothing?
Mm-mm.
That's an anise tree.
I've never heard of that.
You're from.
We're from like Kentucky still. So.
Do you know what black licorice is?
Yeah, but we don't like it.
Well, most People your
Good
age
job.
don't. But in Ohio, at least on the eastern side of Ohio, during Christmas time, we make what we call pizzelle cookies. So it's basically made with the anise star extract. So they extract the oil from it, and you make like these waffle cookies out of it. And they're fantastic. So,
Never heard of
so
that.
every time and then this only blooms in the fall. So,
Okay.
but in the spring,
Which is weird. Not a lot of things do bloom in the fall.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why this is a northern plant. It's not supposed to be here.
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry.
What are you doing here then, bud?
Alright, so,
So when you get kicked out of these places, does like the city tell you it's not coming?
oh yeah,
Okay.
usually with the ticket that I have to pay.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like that. Tell me, what'd you hear? We'll start there.
Well, it was kind of weird because I heard the song came on was like, it's too late to apologize. And then like the next song was like, don't hurt me. And so I was like, oh, maybe that means something.
It does.
And then 7
Yep, that's it.
and
Is there a 6 in
gun.
front of that?
Oh, hang on. What? Too late to apologize. What was after that?
Don't hurt me.
Don't hurt me. Got it. 7. and
7, gun,
Okay.
companion,
Yep.
house,
Yep.
blue,
No. Oh, yes.
out of control.
Tell me about blue.
So, normally, I normally don't even bring this up until somebody's heard the word blue, or it shows up on a word list. So normally I have like this colored flashlight with me. And normally I pull somebody aside, which tonight it would have been Becca, and I said, hey, I don't have my flashlight with me, but we're going to ask Eliza what color I normally flash here. And I normally flash the color blue there for the indigo. So very interesting that we actually got it on the way here. It's
Yeah.
like a last minute thing. All of the other things that you said, aside from the word, no, they all match. Everything you just said told the story.
Stop.
Not kidding. You'll see
Yeah.
why, and I'll read them off again
Okay.
once I go through it. So at this point, your spirit box is almost going to be useless to listen in real time because we're going to be talking.
Okay.
So I want you to turn your volume down,
Okay,
and then
got
we're
it
gonna,
down.
and then unplug your headset because I'm going to give you something new to play with, and slide that in a pocket because you're going to need it after we're done here. It's
Okay.
still recording, so
Okay,
we'll be
I
able to
got it.
listen to it later. But I'm going to give you something new to play with.
Do I keep the headset on or no?
Yes.
Okay.
You might want to slide it off first.
Okay.
And then I'll tell you when to put it on. Because if you, yeah, it's a little intense. So you kind of
Okay.
need to ease your way into it.
Got it.
So give me just a, yep. Perfect. Look at you guys falling in
Oh,
directions.
you
well.
got a new.
I have to go to the bathroom.
What's that?
I have to pee.
Charleston. Good luck with that.
Oh no.
It's because you got all nervous.
It is because I'm nervous. I think I feel like I'm in a game of hide and seek.
Slide those in slowly.
There used to be something black down there, and now it's gone.
Okay.
It's a little breezy out here, so I'm gonna have to almost like cup it because I got the other bag. I didn't bring I wasn't expecting this wind. I do have like a cover for like a windscreen, but you're in charge of that, and you won't need your phone here. So I just gave her a voice recorder that can hear a frog fart from a mile away.
Didn't even know they did
Be
that.
saying any secrets.
Well, don't be farting is what I'm telling you. Because she'll know it. I mean, it's pretty intense in there. So with this, normally we would call this a live EVP session, where she would be listening for extra voices that are not ours.
6.5.
Oh. I normally tell you to look for an 8 or above here, just because the lampposts normally give off up to a 7.
Okay.
So just kind of, I'm curious because we don't normally see that.
Okay.
So, but with this particular voice recorder, we're not necessarily looking for another voice. You guys, it's a sound. So you guys will start to get the gist of this as I kind of go through the story, which you pretty much already told half of it. Based off what you heard on along the way here. By the way, our ghost's birthday, we normally get that 7 in doubles because his birthday's July 7th, 7/7. So you missed a 7 somewhere. Just pointing that out.
What am I supposed to be listening for?
Oh, you'll know
Okay.
once I go through the story. Let's
Okay.
get into it. But the only thing that isn't I normally tell you is part of the story is that number 7. It's so common because we get it all the time, and it normally shows up in doubles. Like he wants to brag about his damn birthday. So let's kind of get into why we're here. By the way, as far as me spot checking that, I listened to this whole recording from start to finish. It's the only thing I won't spot check because I listened to the whole thing. I wanted because that sound could show up at any point in time. Let's get into it. every ghost tour comes here, believe it or not. I know we're the only ones here right now. Oh, by the way, what were our words? Maybe something matched up with that. Give us the last 5.
Hormone, unity, anger, Benjamin, major, fiber, sale, 30, nice, teaching, pound.
Nothing. Okay, so it was all you. We wanted to hang out with you.
They picked you.
Yeah, and the word blue. Look at there. Can't make this shit up, guys. I promise you. You're the ones doing the work. I'm going to tell you the same story that all the other ghost stories, tours tell, but I'm going to give you the extra details because obviously we're ghost hunting. So let's kind of get into it. A doctor moves here from Rhode Island. His name is Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd. I said his name slowly because in the event that your spirit box starts playing the song Brown Eyed Girl in your pocket, and it's while we're here, it's not coincidence. It's part of his name. We get it all the time. I'm just not surprised by it anymore. This guy, I'm telling you, he's knocking on my door almost every damn night I'm out here. So let's move on. He moves here because he's supposed to get married to his fiancée, Amanda. Amanda just inherited a lot of money from her dead parents, and she has an attorney helping her out with all of the cash. The attorney thinks that Dr. Ladd is just after Amanda's money. He tells Amanda to get rid of the doctor. So Doc moves here to Charleston to prove that he's not after her money. On his way into town, he had a coachman that set him up to be robbed and killed. It's like having a really bad Uber driver in today's world. Sorry, I get a lot of like teenagers that don't know what this shit is, and I do an over explanation on things. So if I do that too much, some of them are funny. We'll move on. So somebody's walking by and seeing what was about to happen. The person walking by, his name was Ralph Isaacs. What are Ralph's initials?
R.I.
Where's the doctor from?
Rhode Island.
Sometimes we get the letters RI on different devices. We didn't know who it belongs to, kind of like our Chuck situation back at the Pinckney Mansion. Same principle. Most of the time it belongs to Ralph. Moving forward. Ralph tells the doctor, hey dude, I know this guy, the coachman. He's going to try to kill you. Come with me. We're going to go to 59 Church Street. There's your house. I would like 59 instead, but house kind of works here. I'm not going to count it, but again, it is part of the story. I got friends there that will rent you a room. You'll be safe and good to go. Doc took him up on the offer. The two gentlemen became friends. Now, the longer the doctor stays here, the more money he's making. He started his medical practice here. He's doing pretty well, and Amanda got wind of this. So she wrote him a letter. I'm going to move to Charleston so we could be married there. That's when Dr. Ladd became known as the Whistling Doctor. Now, a couple of things. Now you know why I handed over the crazy, frog fart here and voice recorder. We're not listening for voices. We get whistles down here. I also hate this story. I try to take it out of my route, but like I said, this guy follows me around. It's a cliche. It's like the lady in white. No matter what city you go to, they're all going to have their ghost stories, including a whistling ghost. This one just happens to be a doctor, and it's a true story. I do like to make the stories darker as we move through the night. So we're not going to be dealing with the love story like we did with the Pinckney Mansion, and now we have this happy guy just whistling. Let's make the story darker. Dr. Ladd and Ralph go see plays together, but they can't sit next to each other because the doctor makes more money. That's the hierarchy of Charleston. He just got better seats. So one night they go see a play, and they on their way home talking about the actress they just saw, and Doc thought she was great. Ralph did not. They start arguing. Then Ralph starts insulting the doctor's fiancée, Amanda, back home in Rhode Island, and it got really nasty between the two of them. They went their separate ways home. The next morning, Ralph went to the newspaper and placed an ad telling the whole city of Charleston what he thought of the doctor. You're a disgrace to society kind of shit. Doc saw the ad. He rebutted. By the way, let me stop and pause there. This is Philadelphia Alley. At least that's what we call it now. It used to be called Duelers Alley. This is where some of the duels used to occur for the city of Charleston. Doc challenged Ralph to a duel in this alley. Somebody's gonna die. All this over an actress, by the way. Just pointing out how dumb shit was in the 1700s. Not that that wouldn't carry over into today's world. Moving on. The two gents came down here back to back. They took their 10 paces away from each other and they turned. Doc pointed his gun in the air and he shot his one bullet. He didn't want to kill his friend. He just wanted to have the courage to show up, which is, you've already mentioned Hamilton. You know how this shit goes down. Ralph has his one bullet. He shot the doctor, but it didn't kill him. Where do you think he shot him?
Leg.
Right in the leg. Be specific.
The knee.
What would hurt? Yeah, that would hurt like a bitch. So he shot him in the kneecap. By the way, that was probably a luck shot. Probably ricocheted off of something in here. Because those guns back then are not that accurate. But anyway, Doc, he fell to the ground. His friends picked him up, took him home to 59 Church Street, his house, and that's where he died 10 days later, November 2nd of 1786, after refusing medical treatment. Two things. 1786. Gunshot wounds, a lot different back then, right? Secondly, he is a doctor. He probably just thought he had lead poisoning and tried to bleed it out himself, but obviously he failed because he died. How old do you think this guy was? He's a doctor, so
48.
48. Come on, throw a number out there.
55.
55.
35.
22.
Why'd you say the doctor?
Well, he was a doctor. That is
Back
a
then,
crazy fact. Yeah.
He started his apprenticeship, I want to say, at like the age of 14.
Holy
Wow,
smokes.
That's
Yeah.
just crazy.
It is crazy.
Wow.
So, there's your gun. There's your please don't hurt me companion. You see where I'm going with all those clues? They all make sense to the story I just told you.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's no look of shock on her face. You're not going to get it on the thermal. So, every ghost tour will tell their guests to listen down here for the whistles with their own ears. We have a camera running, 2 voice recorders, the crazy one, plus the one on my bag. I can't tell you how many times, by the way, I've gone through that spirit box recording, and I get the whistling part of a song, and then the word doctor from a commercial immediately after. Happens all the time. I get probably dozens of them every year. And then I just look at the timestamp and say, we are near the Dollar's Alley. That's kind of how this works. Now, if you try this on your own and you walk all the way through here, remember I can't take you all the way through because I have been kicked out of here as far as we're allowed to go. But we're going to talk about that in just a minute. Use your voice recorders on your phone. Walk all the way through here. Just be aware of your surroundings because every local, except for you, knows this damn story. So anybody walking up and down Cumberland or Queen Street, we all throw a whistle down the alley. It's just something we do here.
Oh.
So it's one of those like old legends that just I can't drive by this alley without throwing a whistle down it. So let's talk about how I got kicked out. That's the fun part of the story, right? So
I have a question.
yes,
Do you know which knee it was?
no, I tried looking that up. Why? Do you have an acre of pain?
Yeah.
Where?
My left knee.
Interesting. Just good for me to know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, before we talk about how I got kicked out of here, you wanted to know something that was happened to me that was pretty horrible. So, this is actually
Did it happen in here?
no,
Okay.
Buford, South Carolina.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes, yes, sorry.
So I'm down there with my dog that I told you about earlier, my wife, and my youngest daughter. She was probably, I don't know, 16 at the time. Sorry, my kids are, can't keep track of the damn ages. But at any rate, so we go to this fort, and we're going down there looking for the ghost light, you know, the cliche that's down there. It turns out, as soon as I got there, I do have epilepsy. So I literally I used to get suicide headaches, which is basically like somebody putting a giant steak just over an eye, and it literally just pours, and I'm incapacitated, like I can't move. So I had one of those there, and I hadn't had one in months. Like normally when you get them, they're normally like the same time every day, and they just continue on until they stop. Like that's how they work. So it had been months since I had anything happen with a headache. I got one the minute I walked onto the grounds, and yes, it was probably around sunset. So I had not as cool of the equipment as you guys have now, but some of the stuff that you guys are holding. So my daughter looked at me, she's like, do you mind if we go into the fort while you just stay out here on the grass? I had my dog with me. So my wife and daughter go into the fort, and they get all of the things, and they recorded the spirit box and all of the things, and I go back and I get, so I don't like to do a lot of research before I go into these places, because I don't want to be biased towards something. So what I got out of it was there was a certain phrase that I was kind of like, that's a really weird phrase. So I wrote the whole thing down, and then I did the research on the place. There's nothing there about a ghost light bullshit, like actual history that I could find. But I did find out that Harriet Tubman actually led a raid from that fort all the way up to North Carolina, freeing slaves. One of the letters that she wrote to the generals from that raid was what I heard on the spirit box. The other part of this whole scenario is that Harriet Tubman used to get massive migraines on the left side of her head due from a riot that she was at when she was like 6 years old, and she was crashed in the head with a bottle, and it used to give her visions. So that was where my headache was the left side of my head.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was just and the phrase that was there, like, it's unmistakable, like what I heard from the spirit box. And then I go back and I find the actual letter that she wrote to the general, how many, slaves she was freeing. And the phrase has nothing to do with, like, the freeing of slaves, the raid, or anything like that. It was something like, and then we pledged across the river, or something odd like that, and I was kind of like, that is so weird. And then I find that exact phrase in her letter. So it was kind of like, did I have fucking Harriet Tubman here? Like, what the hell? Like, it was wild. So, yeah, that is probably one of the worst things that's happened to me personally, as far as physical interaction. I was fine once we got off the grounds.
Weird.
So my wife was disabled, so I had to lean on my daughter to get off the grounds. So my wife wears braces to walk, so me leaning on her is not really a great idea. So I leaned on my daughter, we got me to the car, got me a little snack and a Pepsi, perfectly fine. Drove all the way home.
Weird.
Like
You
nothing
drove
ever
home?
happened. Yep.
Wow.
like nothing happened.
So the name Lillian has popped up twice since you've been here. Does that mean anything?
Not to me, it doesn't. But we are near a cemetery, so
And what is it?
I feel like
Yeah,
I just
Isaac?
heard a whistle.
that's Ralph Isaac.
Oh, I forgot.
Look at that.
I think I heard a whistle.
What kind of whistle? I go.
It's like a high, sharp, like.
Yeah, it's normally quick too. Like a quick.
It wasn't like somebody whistling a song.
Yeah.
It was like a.
I was just about to tell you, when the whistles we have caught have been short and one noted, but we did catch a 2-note whistle a few months ago. I want to say like back in, I don't know, June or July, and that was exciting to me because it was two notes, like it was kind of like that. And by the way, I'm actually glad there's no other tours down here because they would all be whistling as they walk by us because they just heard the story from another tour guide.
Yeah.
So before I tell you guys how I got kicked out of here, does anybody else want to try that thing out? Because this is the only space that I actually use this particular device in.
Okay.
Sure.
You try it out. You got swap devices. Shock factor when you took it off?
Not really.
Really? Most people are like, why? Like, what the hell? Like, it's usually that intense for them.
Yeah, it's pretty staticky.
So, quick history on how I got kicked out of here. And you don't have to hold that all fragile. It's just this
Okay.
She's like all dainty with it.
Well, I feel like when I.
Yeah, you just want to point it away from the wind as much as you can. That way we can actually get something. The alley didn't go all the way through the way we came in. So this kind of gives you the history of how I got booted out of here. So there used to be a wall about halfway between us and Cumberland Street. And the reason why is because before this was Dueler's Alley, this is what they call Cow Alley. Because this is where they kept the livestock for the city of Charleston. So cows, goats, and chickens are down here. So picture that. I'm telling you this because they started building the alley down by Queen and a couple of hundred years later to what we have up here now. Those bricks are older than what we're standing on. So with that said, those bricks down there are sun-dried bricks from slave children. There's a full handprint from a slave child down there, face up. You can actually see it. And I used to take my groups down there for a history lesson. There's nothing paranormal about the brick.
Yeah.
Think about what I said about the headstone, right? So the kid's not staring at that brick in the afterlife. So one night I gave my groups the history and I started walking down there towards them, and like normally I just point it out and we just keep walking to go to the last location. This group decided to stop. It's November 26th of 2020. They're all huddled around the damn brick waiting for something to happen. I know nothing's gonna happen. My daughter was on the tour that night. So, yeah, we're standing outside the dining room window of the beautiful mansion at the end of the alley. I'm just trying to be respectful, not standing outside this guy's window interrupting his dinner. Well, he got pissed and he came out. He's screaming his head off at me. My daughter thought it was hysterical. Dad's getting yelled at right in front of me. She was all about it. We moved on. The next day was Thanksgiving. I don't tour on holidays. You guys already know I worked in upper management in retail. One of those retailers was Walmart. You guys fight over towels on Thanksgiving. You scarred me for life. I'm never working another holiday ever. I don't even work on Halloween. Like, that's my day. Leave me the hell alone.
Yeah.
By the way, expectations on Halloween is way too high. It's another reason why I don't do tours on Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's the only time I don't get a 5-star review. It pisses me off. Oh yeah. So I was like, you know what? No more. I'm just gonna be done with it.
Yeah.
Moving on. So the next day was Black Friday, and it was the 28th of November. So I called my partner that dragged me into tourism, and I'm telling him what happened. He's already laughing, and because he probably already got the city complaint. And he said, "You're not allowed to go down that far. It's residential." And he hung up. I'm like, "Oh shit! And I got to figure this out on my own." So what I told my group that night, because I'm sold out, it's Black Friday, tickets were way cheaper back then. I said, guys, the next place I have to take you is, I don't believe in the story. I've never had anything happen over there. I've been over there dozens of times. Let's just go wing it and watch what happens. Before we left, somebody heard the name Anne coming out of a spirit box. Now, normally the next location I would take you to is all about pirates. But think about this. If I'm telling you about pirates in Charleston, who are we going to talk about? Who's the first pirate that comes to mind? Blackbeard. Most people would think Blackbeard. I didn't tell him it was going to be Anne Bonny, and somebody heard the name Anne on a spirit box. He's like, oh shit, maybe we're going to get something. Took him around the corner, told him what I knew about pirates in Charleston, which wasn't my thing, by the way. I'm into vampires, not pirates. Somebody else heard the number 300. I have no idea what it means. I wrote it down. Researched it. We were there November 28th of 2020. Anne Bonny's trial for piracy was November 28th of 1720. We were there on the exact 300th anniversary of her pirate trial. We had other things that happened that night, but that was probably the most significant for me to say, damn it, I was actually pissed.
Yeah.
All of my degrees are in writing and English and research. That's what I love to do. The problem with pirates for me is that pirate stories come from pirate lore. pirate lore was written 100 years after the dates of Blackbeard and Anne Bonny. That means it's 100 years of grapevine effects before they romanticized it, and now we have Jack Sparrow 200 years later. So that was a big problem for me. I've done so much research on pirates. I could probably write a book just on piracy alone, just based off of what I learned in the field. But moving on, why would I tell you all this if we're not even going to be going to that location? We're going to be next door. The bleed over can't happen. Just because we're not going to the place where Anne Bonny haunts doesn't mean she doesn't recognize me and will come over and say hello. So just kind of put that in the back of your brain. So when we get over to the next location, I'm going to add an attachment, get out a new camera, add some attachments to it, just based off that type of ghost. We're going to put that one away. And then I'm going to tell you a very quick, short story so we can all get back to work, because I know you guys are all eager to get more devices out. We're going to go up to that cemetery. We might get things from Doc, we might get things from the pirates, and we might get things from the story. I'm going to tell you that I'm still researching. So, again, a lot of bleed over. Talk to me. What do you got going on with your stuff? It's going red like crazy.
What?
Your
Conversion, mass, storm, candy, cold air, import, worry, tip, print, offering, receiver, attitude, fruit, may, calm, boomer, axle, basis, imagination, projection.
This thing's just going nuts, isn't it?
Rub, award.
Yeah. Have you heard any whistles on your end?
I don't know if it was a whistle, but it could have been like a frog. There was something that happened at once, and my heart kind of dropped.
She's going to need the headset, so let's unplug that.
I'm so scared to break something of yours.
Why?
I don't know.
He said he should fix it.
I know.
And I have insurance. So I just have to wait sometimes.
Patience.
And I have backup stuff. I have that retirement box. So
Yeah.
who wants to do what now? Like, I'm sure you're good with the two devices you have. Are you guys keeping with?
I mean, I like the listening, but
You're
you
good.
haven't tried it yet, so.
No, that was enough for me.
Okay.
Okay, let me pack this guy up real quick, and then we're gonna go break out that new camera. You can hit stop on that camera if you haven't
Oh
already.
yeah. Larissa, go.